What's up? I'm gonna read you guys review stuff. And then you get to the page. Chapter 1, On the Road to Home. I stroked my horse's nose, reassuring her. Don't worry, Corabelle, I said. We'll soon be at our new home. Then we get back to practicing for the end of summer show. I reach into the bag hanging in the trailer. Here, have another carrot for lunch before we get back on the road, I told her. It was our second stop today. My family had been traveling for more than a week. Each day we stopped once for lunch and several more times and checked on Corbell. Our nights were spent in motels that also had stables attached. That way Corbell could stretch her legs a bit and sleep comfortably too. We'd left our old home in Northern California. On the first day of school ended, on the first day after school ended, since they would have driven every day in our pickup truck, pulling along our horse trailer. Tomorrow we'll be in Connecticut. We're moving there because of my mom's work. She was offered a promotion that meant transferring to New York City. She said my dad decided it would be a good move, then found the perfect home for us in Corbell outside of the city in Connecticut. My 16-year-old sister Lucy was excited, of course. She saw this as a big adventure, but I wasn't sure about moving all the way across the country. Leaving our leaving our old house and my neighborhood friends behind and starting a new school. Rashida, you'll be fine, Lucy kept telling me. Just wait until we get there. Now, we were only a day away from arriving, and I still felt nervous. What about Corbell and my dress age lessons? What about a writing instructor? I started writing for years. When I was 5 years old, I loved it so much that after some major planning on my part, my parents agreed to buy me a horse. That's my famous Corabelle, of course. She's a beautiful gray mare with a black mane and tail and black socks on all four of her legs. She is so gentle and smart. I took lessons at the stable where I rode and improved a lot. I really loved it. After a while, Petra, my riding instructor, talked me into competing in a few shows. In the beginning, dresses, dress age class, and I did okay. Of course, that was mostly because of Corbell. She had already been well trained as a dressage horse before we got her. Basically, dressage is a type of riding where you ask your horse to do very PRECISE movements at the level that just means walking, trotting, and halting at specific spots in a ring. But it's important to do them as perfectly as possible. In a competition, the judges give each movement a score from 0 to 10. Corbell's an excellent expert, but it was a matter of me learning the skills and learning how to communicate with her so we could work together. As I started getting even more excited about dressage, Petra did some extra training with me. She worked with Corbell and me on lunge line. The amount I didn't use reins or have to worry about steering. Corbell Petra did that. I could concentrate on how I was sitting on my horse. I became more balanced and relaxed. I could practice signaling her using my legs. But now with the move, well, my horse would take some time to adjust to her new home. And so would my family and I. I looked over at Lucy, who was digging into her chicken salad. My sister and I would each be going to a new school in the fall. Lucy wasn't at all worried about it. She made new friends so easily, not like me. She just did her own thing without caring about anyone's thought, and everyone always seemed to think she was cool. For example, she's going to do a summer internship at a dress shop in our new town. She's passionate about fashion and wants to be a professional designer someday. Lucy saws and see sketches clothes all the time. After it was decided that we'd be moving to Pinneridge, Connecticut, Pineridge, Connecticut. She and Mom searched online and found a little closing bouquet. They got in touch with the owner and Lucy did an online interview. She was hired to work for them part-time this summer. She's amazing. Me, on the other hand, I seem to have a bit of trouble making friends. I'm not sure why. I want to make friends. I want people to like me. But I'm not really outgoing like Lucy. I like to get to know people slowly. I don't know. Maybe other kids think I'm unfriendly. Don't worry about it, Rashida. Lucy told me one day, just be yourself. Yeah, well, maybe myself isn't the kind of girl other kids want to get to know. I said at the time. Now I look into Corbell's beautiful brown eyes. What do you think, Corbell? She snuffled at me with her velvety nose, and I giggled. My sister and I would miss our old friends, but I'd never had a special best friend because I spent so much time at the stable. Maybe I'll finally make a good friend once school begins, I thought. But until then, I won't really have much time for anything other than preparing us for the show. Will I, Corbell? I said to my horse after I found out exactly where we were moving. Dad had helped me research dressage shows online, and we found one that would be held just one town over right at the end of the summer. It would take me all summer writing and working with Corbell to make sure we did well in the show. Even so, I was exactly looking forward to it. It was important for me to show everyone in my family how well I could ride. Come and eat, Rashida, Mom called. Okay, I called back. I gave Corbell a final pat on the nose, closed the trailer door, and headed to the picnic table. I think that's end of chapter 1. I'll just see you guys next time.